Hello everyone, ShaktiShivaTarot doing a reading for the zodiac sign of Gemini for the month of December. This is for love relationships, soulmate relationships, twin flame relationships, family, friendship, petships, whatever kind of relationship dynamics you are inquiring about. This is a zodiac sign of Gemini, and it's a little bit of guidance for what you can be expecting for the month of December. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to just shuffle and get started right in. I'll pull a past, present, and future for the situation. I'll pull a grounding energy for the situation, and then I'll pull for the divine masculine, the divine feminine, and this is just the energies that are present, not necessarily gender specific. So I will try my hardest to say they and them. But if I do happen to say he or she, just know this is the energies that I am inquiring about. So, all right, Gemini, Divine Creator, Holy Spirit, what is in store for December? We've got past, present, and future. So we've got the Nine of Cups in the past position. We've got the Seven of Wands in the present. And we've got Four of Swords in the future. We've got the Ace of Wands and the grounding energies. So the Nine of Cups is a cup of vacillation, a cup of cups overfloweth. We've got the Seven of Wands is a sign of trouble. And the Four of Swords, it's about our environment. Four of Swords is about the environment. I'll look into them a little deeper. Then on the side of the feminine, the Ace of Wands is about death and rebirth. So death and birth, death and rebirth. Cycles of death and rebirth. You can see here we've got the wand, the staff, surrounded by the two snakes, the white and the black snake, which to me symbolizes the Shasumna, the energy source, the main energy source that runs parallel to our spine, and then our Ida and Pingala, our masculine and feminine energies that run alongside and meet at the third eye. Here it's meeting at a cross at the top, and then it's overhead we have like a full moon. This is a card of growth, a card of fertility, endings and beginnings. And this is our grounding energies for the situation for Gemini. And then over here on the feminine side for the mind and what's in the mind and what the feminine is thinking, divine feminine is thinking, we've got the Queen of Swords, which, you know, Queen of Swords is very clear cut, very precise, knows what she wants. Uses her sword to cut through any bullshit. Forgive my language. And then we've got the Princess of Wands for the divine masculine, and that's the clever daughter, you know, the very whereas this person over here in the divine feminine, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Swords, she uses her intellect and her words to really express herself. So she's, you know, very intellectual, probably very analytical, possibly using a lot of the left brain. You know, able to also use the intellect of her heart, but she's very, the Queen of Arrows is very harsh. They're quite cold. So not really using warmth to relay her messages. But this is a mental card, so it, you know, has to do with communication, just being very clear and concise with communication, knowing really how to use their words and use them wisely and speak them wisely. Whereas the energies of number 2 energy over here, the divine masculine, is more of this witty, spicy, kind of fiery energy. You know, this is fire down on the bottom. The wands is very spiritual, very fiery, passionate energy. So this person is a very passionate person, a very fiery person, a very warm person. So possibly has the communication of being able to relay communication with warmth, as opposed to over here, energy number 1, divine feminine, is, you know, more cold and concise and precise and just kind of direct and to the point with their communication. So definitely 2 distinct energies, and there's possibly some I want to say some conflict because of that. This card is a card of trouble. It's a card of, you know, either feeling defensive, or you're feeling guilty, or just, you know, a very passionate card, a lot of fire, but, you know, just troubles, like petty quarrels, possibly ego power trips, you know, not being able to really see eye to eye. There's just petty quarrels over petty details, over petty minor things. And then we have in the past, like I said, the 9 of Cups. This is a lot of emotions here, a lot of emotions, a lot of watery energy with this card. I want to see exactly what it specifically translates to this card. Oh wow, I pulled right to the page. So I did say correct, vacillation. So just the free flow of ideas, the free flow of emotions, allowing our emotions to really flow freely. This was our past, our recent past that surrounded the situation. So, you know, a lot of emotions involved, and possible too many emotions that it brought some sense of, just like I said, petty quarrels. You know, people's emotions and feelings are being hurt over petty things, and there's a need to balance out those quarrels between the two of you. But there's definitely a lot of passion that exists here, and you can use that passion to really help move you forward. This is happening in the present, you know. So, you know, we're in the past, we're maybe quite emotional, had a lot of, you know, feelings, you know, but it flowed very nicely. I feel like this is a very balanced emotions, you know, and maybe they kind of, this is after the 8 of Cups. So it's like, you know, it may have been a little emotional, overwhelming, but we made it past that, and we've found the flow of those emotions, those intense emotions that existed between the two of you. And so there's a lot of passion that has been ignited now in the present, yet So even though there can be passion here, it says, on the other hand, although glamour and luxury are seductive, they are ultimately found to have little substance. So, you know, we may be glamored. You may be glamored by the passion of this connection. There's a strong sexual attraction between the two of you. But there is a possibility of it only being that, right? There's this possibility of us only seeing the luxury and the seductive side of it, and staying on the surface and not really getting any substance from this situation because it's a little too superficial, right? So because of that, there could be a possibility of the loss of love. It could be money, loss of money. It could be loss of friends. But this card could also mean a loss of some sort. But on a positive note, a lot of passion, a lot of sexual attraction, just the need to really watch your desires. Make sure they're coming from a place of passion instead of trying to, you know, control, and it coming from a place of dominance. So that's what I'm feeling from this present moment for the two of you. And then the Four of Arrows is imagination. So this is the future card for the two of you. This is one of the most positive, the energies in this card are one of the most positive in this entire deck. You know, because imagination is the key to human progress. When we can visualize what we want our future to look like, what we want our goals to, how we want our goals to come about, how we want to tackle and plan our goals, when we can visualize that, then it becomes real. We can create that reality. We can manifest that reality by having that vision, by having that imagination to create the vision that we want and the vision that we want to see ourselves in. So yeah, this is a card of good feelings, of caring, of friendship. So I do believe there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of emotions, there's a lot of good feelings and friendship between the two of you. I think that if you guys can keep your eyes on the prize, keep visualizing where you want this relationship to go, the possibilities are endless. It's about really keeping your eyes on the prize, keeping your eyes on that higher vision, that higher perspective, the bigger picture, because we can tend to kind of go into the negative with this card also and only focus on the negative. So trying to step out of that old programming of being in the negative and growing from that and looking at the positives of the situation, being grateful for whatever it is in your life and wherever you are at in your life, being grateful for exactly where you're at in your life is really going to help open up the positive energies to help move this forward, right? Because that, like I said, the vision is clear. You probably already had the vision, but maybe you lost sight of it. So maybe making a vision board or writing it down somewhere where you can constantly read it or see it, you know, having it constantly being a reminder, whether it be visual or something that you can read, I think is very important for the two of you. So the growth card, this is the grounding. This is rebirth, death and rebirth, the Ace of Wands. And yes, death and rebirth. This is a card of new beginnings. And with all new beginnings, we have endings. So endings and beginnings. But this is another passionate card, another card of passion, transformative energies, very fiery, tremendous outgoing force. It's raw power. And this is a card of action, but it can also be of confrontation. This card isn't for the faint-hearted. This card is for those who are passionate and wanting to take action and moving forward and taking action towards growth and really stepping into the fire is what I'm hearing, okay? So this is the grounding energies for the two of you. And I feel like this is just, it's yet another sign that there's deep friendship and there's a lot of growth in this card. And this is a spirit card, fire, spirit. So there's a lot of spiritual growth happening in this union here. So the Queen of Swords is the diplomatic mother. So like I said, very diplomatic. He uses her social skills, and the mother, she can be perceptive, she can be sensitive, she can be flexible, but she can also be harsh, and she can be fierce. For this person, for energy number one, for the divine feminine, family and home are very important to her, and she derives strength from her family. But she works very well alone, and that is the forefront of her social status, her social career, or her career status, her social status. And so she can balance both these aspects, the home and the business and intellectual side of life. So just the only thing is that on the negative side, this energy, this person, energy number one, divine feminine, can be self-centered and have little interest in either social causes or the rights of others. So, they can be quite self-centered and only thinking about self. This is an Aries energy card, house of self, the Aries, fire Aries. But also could very easily be, I want to say Gemini. But don't quote me on that one. So energy number two, the Princess of Wands. This is the clever daughter. Like I said, she is, outgoing. She's quite passionate and outgoing and loving, warm and loving, but also deep down is actually quite insecure and vulnerable. So energy number two, divine masculine, they seek constant attention and emotional support, and they use their wit to twist people to their point of view. So they're very clever, and they can use their charm as much as their intellect, and it's quite lethal when used together, right? But they like the spotlight. They like to be surrounded by people. This is the same person that is usually craving the center of attention, but when they are alone can feel quite depressed and hostile. So this personality type tends to swing back and forth between intense feelings of being soul and spiritually connected, and also quite disconnected and quite vulgar in the other aspects. So in the, like I said, quite loving, but can be also quite cruel, which is it's a very motherly, naturally kind of fiery energy, right? Where how Mother Nature can be very tender, very sweet, very loving and giving, yet, you know, be also very taking, and death and chaos, and so and cause destruction, just as being able to bring new beginnings, right? So this is kind of the same situation, the same energies for this card, for this, and for this person, this energy of number 2, the divine masculine. So that's the energies of the person. This is what's going on in the mind of energy number 1, the divine feminine for Gemini here. And this is the Justice card, I believe. Justice. And this is the mother who punishes and rewards. So she's not very forgiving. Although she gives the son exactly what he has earned, no more or no less, the scales that she holds are balanced. And this is indicative of her soul's progress. So this is energy number 1, divine feminine. She's also quite the destroyer, but also can bring blessings. So she also is loving and chaotic. So these opposites, the Justice card in the mind of energy number 1, the divine feminine, tells me that you are looking for justice. You may have felt like there was an injustice on this side, and I feel like justice is you're either waiting for it, like, right, you're like, there's this half of the spectrum that's saying, you know, I'm waiting for that apology, or I'm waiting for my justice. I'm waiting for, you know, whoever wronged me to right me, come back and right me, you know, or come back and apologize, or come back and say something, or there's like this injustice that you're waiting for some kind of return and some kind of justice, even if it's like there's just something that you're still a loose end with this person that you're kind of still trying to tie up. And it's coming. It's coming. Right? You're holding the scales. So justice is coming for you, energy number 1. And energy number 2, divine masculine, this is the 6 of Wands. And the 6 of Wands, this is a new deck, so I'm trying to go based on what this specific deck says. The 6 of Wands is called strong leadership. So in the mind of energy number 2, divine masculine, they are like, they know that they were in the wrong. They know that they need to justify the situation by coming clean to you, right? And they know that they need to take the lead. But they know that they need to take the lead. We'll find out and see what they do with this, right? I feel like, you know, if we're talking about the actual person themselves, this person, energy number 2, divine masculine, is very headstrong and impulsive and self-assured, but somewhat egocentric. So, like I said, there could be some egoic battling going, like, you know, a need for dominance on one side, maybe possibly coming from your divine masculine, you know, being the headstrong of the two. Sorry. But this card symbolizes a man or a woman that loves challenge and maybe somewhat reckless. So this could either be you, Gemini, or it could be your other. But there's a combination of strength and spontaneity with this card. And they're just looking for new adventure, and they're always ready for a good fight. You know, they're always ready to make that move, and jump into the next adventure, or they've always got their dukes up ready for a fight, you know. That's the kind of fiery energy, you know, fierce competitor, but a very loyal energy as well. This person is very loyal and very caring, can be quite affectionate, right? But there could also be bad leadership here. So even with the good, there can also be bad. So even with the positives, this card could also be a quite deceptive card. You know, the person could be quite deceptive, using their abilities to lie and to manipulate. On the negative side, can be quite insensitive of others' feelings, of others' concerns that don't concern them. And at their very worst, this person can be very controlling in a very violent or aggressive way. So it's up to you to decide whether this person for you is on the negative or the positive side, and just be honest with yourself. If this person that you're thinking of when I'm talking about these energies is on the negative side, then just become aware of it and just maybe try and stop denying that to yourself. Or if you've walked away because of that, or if you stopped communicating because of that, then just, you know, this is it's kind of this is your way of of being able to transmute those energies, right? Maybe helping this person understand, hey, listen, if you're going to be acting like that, I'm not going to stick around. So either you change or you lose an opportunity to stay in this relationship with me, because that's really what it is. You know what I mean? You guys have to both show up. So you can either do this with me, or we can do it with we can both do this with someone else, right? Because at the end of the day, you want your person to be present. So Gemini, whether this is you or your other, if it's you, you know, step up. If it's your other and they're, you know, whatever side they're on, negative or positive, you know, just maybe help them understand that either way that you're there, you know. Sometimes I feel like a lot of the negative aspects can come up maybe when our others are just feeling a little bit maybe left out, or feeling like the effort's not there, right? Like, why am I the only one making all the effort, is how I feel from this energy, because there's a lot of fire on this side. Okay. So energy number 3, this is energy number 1, divine feminine. This is how you are feeling in your heart about energy number 2, the divine masculine. And this is the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles in this deck specifically is selfishness. It's an egocentric control in which one who is totally unconcerned about the feelings of the others uses a cautious and calculating exercise of will for personal gain. So this could be you, Gemini, or it could be your other. It says it is a card of attitude, of perspective, which may be either good or bad, depending upon circumstances. The focus is quite basic. Everything revolves around a person's getting what he or she wants, materially and emotionally. At best, a person may rightly have earned and be deserving of attention, such as a great actor who has come to expect deference. At worst, this selfish point of view may be very negative, even destructive. A person may be ruthless, taking the attitude that any means, no matter how brutal, is justified by the end reward. This extreme exemplifies the antisocial personality, for whom there is no right or wrong, only self-gratification and the flaunting of social regulations and conventions by which others must abide. Whatever the case, the person is a center of attention. The card may mean favors and popularity, or it could also suggest a notorious scandal, bringing about personal attacks and loss of reputation. So, Gemini, is that you or is that your other? Let's be honest here. If it's you, what can you do to help shift these energies? What can you do to not be as disruptive, as destructive, as negative? Being ruthless and only seeing your side of the perspective, having this attitude and this, I definitely feel this from energy number 1, whoever the divine feminine is. Just this quite very egotistical energy, almost narcissistic, almost like, oh, you can't touch me, there's nothing wrong with me, like I do this and I do that and I do that, almost not seeing the disruptive behavior that they are exuding, right? And it's like they are being so disruptive and their behavior and these patterns, and they're almost cyclical, that I feel like energy number 2 over here is just like almost at a loss of how do I, because it's almost like I feel like you keep mentioning something and you keep saying something, but because this person is so narcissistic, only thinking of self, they don't see it from your perspective. And it really is a mental disorder in a sense, and I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody. But it's just a lack of being able to put yourself in another's shoes, of being able to see from another's perspective. And so that's why I say it's a mental, it's a mental problem, a mental, something that we can use our awareness in the moment to really see the truth of the situation. And if your other is constantly repeating and repetitively mentioning this to you and you're just not getting it, it's either you get it or your other is going to reach a point where they're going to be fed up and done, because they're going to recognize that you're just not getting it. And when that person does recognize, that fight can be over, right? Because maybe they're fighting now for you, but after, repetitive and no change can be quite exhausting. You become an energy drainer at that point. And I'm only saying this so that you can, so it can be a red flag to you. So you can start working towards it, not so that you can get mad and deny and shut it down, right? But just ask yourself, am I doing that? Do I do that? And really just be honest with yourself that you're not going to hurt anyone other than yourself by lying to yourself and to others. Because if you're lying to others, then you're lying to yourself. And if you don't know that you're lying to yourself, then try your best to put yourself in the other's perspective. That's all I can say about that. Okay. So for energy number 2, Divine Masculine, this is the 6 of Swords. The Justice card. So we got Justice twice, right? So this is how energy number 1 is feeling in their mind, like they're thinking about the justice that they are deserved, right? Or the justice that they would like to receive, the justice that they're like waiting for. And And in the heart of energy number 2, they want to bring that justice. So they're feeling this in their heart. It's a card of harmony, of laws upheld with sensitivity. This can also, be related to court and actual legal actions, divorce cases or child support or any kind of legal action or anything that any kind of circumstances that need some kind of authoritative figure or decision needing to be made, a balance of opposites happening here. It can be in business, it can be in family, it can be in relationships, but great compassion and wisdom are involved in a decision. And it's very positive and self-assured. So like I said, where this person's wanting the justice, this person is already thinking about bringing that justice. So energy number 1, just wait patiently. Energy number 2 really feels this justice is deserved for you in their heart and soul. So if you can just be patient and just be patient. I believe that energy number 2 is going to really come clean and bring some justice for you. So let's go ahead and clarify. That was the Jungian Tarot, new deck. Really liking it. This is the Psychic Tarot. I've got the links on the bottom. So let's see, what are the cards for Gemini? Passion ignited, Ace of Wands. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it on top of the Ace of Wands. So that's double time. That's super confirmation. Ace of Wands, growth, love ignited, passion ignited. This is a card of passion. Passion ignited, passion here. There's a lot of passion here. Certainly a lot of passion in this relationship. So if we can just, third chakra, communicate, right? I think that that's a huge problem here. Even if you guys are physically together, you could be living together. There's not a lot of communication, and it doesn't mean small talk. I'm not talking about, oh, hey babe, what are you doing today? Well, when are you coming home? I'm talking about real heart-to-heart conversations about how you feel deep down. That's what I'm talking about. Speaking your truth. Communicate. That's what's needing to happen over here, okay? Passion's there. Wisdom is there. Going within to find the wisdom that lies inside of our heart. That's the Hierophant. Bringing balance and harmony, but needing to go within and seclude ourselves. Take that time out to go within and find the answers so that we can use that to accelerate us forward. Like the shooting star, the Eight of Wands. This is accelerated motion, communications and quick action, like sudden action. This is happening. That passion this is a card of passion, a card of spirit. This is a card of passion, a card of spirit, wands on wands. This is the Seven of Wands, and this is the Eight of Wands. So 7 and 8 progression. A lot of passion being accelerated in this very moment, present moment. And then clarification for our Four of Wands for Gemini in the future. Clarification of the Four of Wands for Gemini. Intuition. This is the High Priestess. The High Priestess uses her intuition, uses the knowledge from her heart, from her mind, from her soul, from all aspects, from within, to find the truth. She uses her intuition to go within and search for the truth. Let's clarify the Queen of Wands for the Gemini union, for the Divine Feminine. Strength, power, coming from a place of weakness in the past and finding strength through those weaknesses. So maybe you've been through a lot of tumultuous obstacles, a lot of upheavals, a lot of ups and downs, and being able to find the strength through all those ups and downs, growing into this very powerful being. Victory and success, the Six of Wands. This is doubled. It's in the mind of your other. So in the mind of energy number 2 for energy number 1. And now it's just come out for a clarification of what's in your mind, energy number 1 for energy number 2. So feelings or thoughts being mirrored here, okay? Clarification that you both want victory, you both want success, you both are very passionate about this victory and success that you want with each other. Solar plexus, like I said, power struggles. This is a card of ego, but it's also a card of joy and laughter. So maybe just needing to get together and, like I said, having a sit down and actually sit and have some quality time, laugh, do something that you guys both enjoy that will create joy and laughter, so that it takes you out of those egoic, competitive power struggles. Wow, a lot of chakra cards coming out for you guys. So, you know, these are the connections and they may be blocked right now. This is the heart chakra doing with, this has to do with our heart, our lungs. Maybe you're feeling some pain in the back of the shoulders, in your shoulders. This could be a sign that there's blocks in your heart center. So grief, sorrow, sadness, pain, this all will be felt as a block and soreness in your shoulders and your lungs, respiratory problems, wrist problems, weak wrists, numb fingertips. This is all signs of an imbalanced heart chakra. So really maybe chanting, singing, forgiving, yoga, that's very heart opening. There's a lot of ways to really open up your heart chakra. And if you need help with that, go ahead and send me a message, write a comment down below, and I can guide you in that direction. So let's clarify the 9 of coins for what is in the heart of energy number 2 for energy number 1 for energy number 2. This is the crown chakra. Wow. So you guys, I mean, like, I'm definitely feeling there's a lot of blockages here, but it's also, this is a very, very, very deep soul spiritual connection that, you know, maybe once you get all these chakras cleared out, there will be a lot more energy movement for you guys moving forward in a positive way. But with all these blockages in your chakras, nothing's really going anywhere because you're blocked, and we need to move that energy. It's stuck, it's stagnant. So obstacles and challenges, the 5 of Wands. So another spirit card, another passion card, but you know, maybe just the responsibilities of life, of work, of the relationship are really starting to get to you, energy number 1, and you're feeling it in your heart. You know, you're feeling the obstacles and the challenges in your heart. Maybe energy number 1, you're like Should I try and step over? Is it worth it? Will I fall? Will I hurt myself? Like, there's all these questions, and so you're kind of stuck back on the other side, you know, wondering, should I even go that way? Maybe I should just stay right here. Maybe this is just a good space. But you're like, you know, it's like you're looking at that spot and you see it lit up for you, and it's like, I really do want to go that way, but there's this fear that's really holding you back. But there's no need to fear because the passion has been ignited. It's there. So, recognition and reward, the 3 of Pentacles for energy number 2. 3 of Pentacles is, wanting a want to be recognized and rewarded for your efforts. You know, you're trying to manifest abundance. You're trying to manifest recognition. You're trying to manifest your job, your career, your financial situation, your relationship situation. You're trying to manifest this this positive recognition. And it's coming in, and I feel like, you know, this is what's in your mind for the energy number 1, for the divine feminine. So this is what the divine masculine is feeling, thinking about the divine feminine. Movement, choices, decisions. I don't know if you can see, there's a set of wedding rings in there. So it's like there's this want and this need to grow, possible partnership, possible commitment, possible marriages, possible relationship upgrades. And it sits right on top of the card of passion, a card of passion and spirit, victory and success. And so I feel like you will be successful. Maybe there was, some injustice, but this is what the energy number 2, the divine masculine, has in mind for you, divine feminine. So just be patient. Conflict and defeat, the 5. So we've got the 5 of swords and the 6 of swords. So there's progression, there's some conflict, there's some defeat here, there's, it could be with your other, it could be with yourself, it could be with your job, your career, with the need to balance out both. But just hang in strong, be patient. There's a decision that needs to be made. Just, really going inside and listening to your heart, following your intuition. This is how you're going to be guided towards this union. Okay, that union that you are thinking and wanting in your heart and your mind with your other. Just be patient and remember the passion that exists. Remember the passion that exists on a much deeper level. Let me just pull out all these passion cards because, look at all these wands. These wands. Look at all that passion. Okay. All right. I am going to move on. I made a mess. Let me see if I can find myself. No. Okay. All right, got it. Let's put that one over there. All right. Let's go ahead and pull out some Archangel Tarot from Doreen Virtue. So all right. So for the Divine Feminine, which Archangel's working for us? Page of Ariel, reliable, clever, educated, balanced. An excellent opportunity will be offered to you. Scholarships or the pursuit of education. Time to get to work. Nice. Scholarships or the pursuit of education. Look at all those books. To me, I'm an Akashic Record practitioner. I see libraries and I see books like this and I think Akashic Records. I feel like there's divine higher learning coming in, a lot of downloads coming in right now. So Gemini, whether this is you or your other, there's definitely some opportunities for you to tap into some amazing energies right now. There's a 12/12 portal coming up, plus a full moon, I believe it is. So yeah, take advantage of that energy and that portal that's coming up, and really write down your wishes, write down your goals, write down what it is that you want to bring into this new year, 2020 that's coming in, how you want to close out this last year and give thanks. So for the Divine Masculine energy number 2, we've got 3 of Gabriel. Prosperity arising from wise planning. Time to take the next step. Optimistic plans that turn out as expected. Awesome. So, you know, this person, energy number 2, Divine Masculine, whether that's you or your other Gemini, they are trying to create some plans. There is movement, choices, and decisions to be made. And so I feel like your person over here is definitely planning away, and you may not have any idea. So just be patient, just be gentle, be compassionate. You know, if they seem distant, just don't jump to conclusions. Just, you know, remember they might be going within, they might be going reflective so they can plan for their future with you. Be patient, okay? So thank you, Archangels. Let's pick a Ascended Master by Doreen Virtue for the Divine Feminine. Just one. Crystals, Epona crystals. So Divine Feminine energy number 1, I suggest bust your crystals out. Whichever one you're being drawn to, whichever one, whatever. Crystals, go. Either if you don't have them, go buy some. Doesn't matter. Whichever one catches your eye, grab a couple, just take one, don't matter. Let your intuition guide you. And energy number 2, yoga. This is Babaji, and he is a deathless avatar of yoga, and was said to have brought yoga to the Western world. So call upon Babaji and thank him, and have him, ask him to guide you into yoga. You can look into yoga online. You can look into it through me. I am a yoga instructor. If you need guidance, also message, comment, send me an email, ShaktiShivaTarot@gmail.com, and let's get you started on a yoga journey. All right, so let me pull the animal cards, just one for the Divine Feminine, for Gemini. Divine Feminine, Gemini. And we've got the hummingbird. Beautiful card. The hummingbird for the Divine Feminine, and one for the Divine Masculine for Gemini. Just one. One for the Divine Masculine. Hyena. Ooh, that half moon is about where we're at right now. Interesting. All right, beautiful. All right, I'll be quick because we're getting down to the wire. Positive, enthusiastic, spiritually resourceful. Inside the tiny hummingbird resides an endless well of energy and positivity. The hummingbird's secret is that it has learned where to gather nectar, and it returns to these sources daily for nourishment and rejuvenation. This sacred elixir springs from many sources, but usually involves nature, creativity, and exploring spirituality. Follow the way of the hummingbird and you cannot go wrong. Every droplet of life becomes sweet, every moment worth savoring. When in balance, smart, curious, loves to learn. When out of balance, pushy, insistent, sharp. To bring into balance, take a class. Energy number 1, divine feminine, that is you. Divine masculine, we've got hyena for you. Hyena, humor, wit, sarcasm. The hyena personality is a jokester and crowd pleaser, but below the surface there are unfulfilled dreams to be realized. When the hyena card appears, it's time to reflect on your reliance on sarcasm and humor to express your truth. Are you using jokes to hide old resentments in relationships or to mask things that you feel uncomfortable discussing? What would happen if you took your goals seriously? When in balance, charming, witty, fun to be around. When out of balance, scrappy, petty, suspicious. To bring into balance, sobriety. Sobriety, hyena. Are you maybe just being a little overindulgent in drink, food, drugs, people, sex, codependency in relationships, codependency on bad thoughts, negative thoughts? You know, codependency could be anything. Addictions can be anything. But sobriety is what's needed by energy number 2, divine masculine. Just be honest with yourself. Yeah? We're here for you, rooting for you. Okay. For those of you who are in separation with your twin or your other, your soulmate, whoever it is, I'm going to do some quick messages from your other, just in case you're in separation and you're not in communication with your other. This is what your other is thinking but cannot tell you or will not tell you or is not communicating to you, okay? Okay. Would I be rejected if I contacted you? Do you still want me? Letting you down was the worst decision I made. I wish I could take back the hurtful things I said. It was wrong to take out my frustration on you. Being away from you hurts like hell. I didn't realize it would be this difficult. So those are the messages for the divine feminine and masculine for Gemini and their other in case you are in separation. And then one more card from the Moonology deck. There it is. To wrap it up and give us any last minute advice on how to handle this situation. Bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. Beautiful. Let me show it to you. Bring love to the situation. It says, Aquarius is all about progress and modernity. So this is the time to move forward. If I mask her words, I'm so sorry. The new moon in Aquarius card means no looking back. Change is on its way and it could come quickly. Whether you get the change you want depends both on whether you believe you can have it and how much you're relying on others to bring it to you. This card comes with a suggestion that you may need to do things independently on your own, but be loving, not too pragmatic. Time may be of the essence when this card comes up, Aquarius. Energy has an electric feel to it. Certainly there is a sense that you need to let go of the past and move towards your future as soon as possible. Attuned to the moon, it says, explore the idea that it's not what you know, but whom you know. Additional meanings for this card. You need to be more detached from the situation. Thinking outside the box will bring the solution. Like I said before, bring in a different perspective. More pragmatism is called for. Improve your karma by doing some charitable work. Giving of your service, right? Being of service to others is how you're gonna work off karma. The teaching. Aquarius is the sign of invention, modern advances, and technology, and humanity. Its energy is a little brittle. It's individual, scientific even, and relatively emotionally detached. Many people think Aquarius is a water sign because the Aquarius symbol is the water bearer, but it's actually an air sign and is far more about intellect than the emotional water sign. As is this card, no matter when you draw it, dropping convention works well with this energy. Dropping convention, like letting go of those limiting programmed beliefs from that old paradigm, from the old 3D world, from the old, oh, this is how relationships should look, and if he's not doing this or she's not doing that, then they don't love you, all that programmed, conditioned way of loving. Throw it out the door and create your own passion. It's here for you. All you have to do is surrender to each other, surrender to the higher power. There's a lot of passion. There's a lot of friendship. There's a lot of love here. Soul connections, possible deepening of relationships on the way. Just be patient and communicate. Communicate, clear your heart chakra, clear your crown chakra, clear the solar plexus chakra, do some yoga, get some crystals, call upon your angels, your ancestors, your spirit guides. They are here to help you. If you need any help with that, once again, message, email, comment below. Please like, share, subscribe. Comment below. Let me know if it resonated. Let me know your specific situation if you'd like. And love and light. I really hope that this helped. Namaste.